Right. So Ria, the homework was to sketch the graphs, right? For questions 1 through 2 to 10. That was your homework. You had to sketch the graphs. So Ria, if you want to sketch a graph of a line, what's the least amount of points you need to draw a line?
2 points.
2 points. And the 2 points we decided to pick were the x-intercept and the
Y-intercept.
right. So at the x-intercept, what is the y value?
0.
Right, because it's on the x-axis. And if you're on the x-axis, yeah, you could only move left or right.
Yes.
So the remember y is vertical movement, that's up or down. If you're on the x-axis, if you're moving either left or right, are you moving up or down?
No.
Now, so the y value will be zero. That means if the y value is zero, it means that you're not moving up or down. Right? Nice. So if y is equal to zero, we could do that. What can we do with that?
Um,
If y is zero, where can I put that zero?
like to find the x-intercept,
Yes.
we could put it in the equation.
Right? So anywhere I see y, I'm gonna put zero, right? When I say zero, zero is
So we
equal
could,
to negative 8x, negative 4.
yeah.
What next?
Then we could switch them.
I call it out, man. Call it out. Call it next,
So negative 8x minus 4 equals to 0.
right? What next?
And then we want to move the 4 across. So it will be 8x minus equals to minus 4. And then we just
Right.
forget the 0.
If you move across something, what
It
happens?
becomes a plus.
Right? So plus 4. I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to find for 1x. So what am I going to do now on both sides?
We're going to divide by 8.
Correct. And if I divide by 8, wouldn't that negative 8 and wait, you say divide by 8?
Yeah.
If I divide by 8, I will still have a negative there. So think carefully. What should you divide by to totally cancel?
Negative 8.
Right.
Right.
Now it completely cancels off,
Right.
right? So we end up with x being 4 over negative 8. Now, if we have positive 4 divided by negative 8, my final answer is going to be positive or negative,
Negative
right? And what's 4 divided by 8?
2.
Nah, half.
Huh?
Yeah, watch.
Oh! Oh!
4 into 8 is 2, 4 into 8
Right.
is 1. And it makes sense, right, Ria? If you have a pizza and the pizza is 8 slices, the whole pizza is 8 slices. If somebody eats 4 out of the 8 slices, you'd say that they ate what fraction of the pizza?
They eat half.
Right. 4 is a half of 8, so it makes
I
sense.
just I just divide. I just put 4 into 8 and get 2. Damn it.
What? Nah, that can't work. Right? Okay, nice. So that was the x-intercept. The y-intercept is a lot easier to find. But before we move on, let's put down the point for the x-intercept. So anytime you put down a point, you put down an x value first and a y value. So Ria, when y is equal to 0, what's x?
Half.
N- A half or negative half?
Well, a negative half.
Negative a half, right? So that's the x component, and what then we're gonna put the y component. What's the y component?
0.
Right. So what we just found here, we just found for the x-intercept. This is the x-intercept. Nice. Let's find for the y-intercept now. At the y-intercept, what is the x value?
0.
Right, because you're on the y-axis. If you're on the y-axis, it means that you could only move. Tell me how you can move if you're on the
Up or
y-axis,
down.
up or down. There's no horizontal component, right? So just x is equal to 0. Now I have a question for you. Do I need to go find for y?
No.
No, I don't.
Y is negative 4.
Right. So Vanessa, can you tell me what the equation of a line is?
Y equals to mx plus c.
I'm looking at you now. You can't hide it. I'm gonna make sure you become confident in this thing. Right, so y is equal to mx plus c. Would you say that this equation here is in this form?
Yeah.
I would say so. You have y and y. You see that? Y and y.
Mm-hmm.
We have mx here. Over here, we have negative 8x. So, Vanessa, if I were to ask you what m would be over here, what would m be? What do you think?
-8
I would agree. What do you think c is?
-4.
Great. Do you know what c stands for?
Um,
Okay, I'm gonna call on you a little more often, right?
okay.
That's okay. If you don't know, after today, you should know. And you will know, don't worry. So M stands for the gradient. You need to know that M is the gradient. That's just basically how steep something is. And C is the y-intercept. So that's where the graph would cut the y-axis, right? So Vanessa, if we want to get 2 points, we already have the x-intercept. Now we want to find the y-intercept. Tell me something. Just by reading off the equation, can you tell me what the y-intercept is?
The, um,
So C is the y-intercept. So if you read off C, what do you get?
-4.
Right. So that essentially means the graph cuts the y-axis at -4. Did I confuse you like really badly?
Mm-mm.
Nah? Okay. And for those of you all that not seen it, let me show you something, Vanessa. Did you know that if you're on the y-axis, right? If we're talking about the y-intercept, did you know that the x value would be 0?
Yeah.
Okay. So if x is equal to 0, let's plug it in into this and see what we get. So just by reading off the equation, we got -4. But if I replace x for 0, let's see what's going to happen. -8 by 0. Tell me what's going to happen there. What's -8 by 0?
0,
What's 0 minus 4?
0.
Nah.
Oh,
What's, okay,
no. 4. Wait, no.
-4.
Yeah.
Right. So you don't need to do all of this, but you could do it if you want. Right. But the point I'm trying to say is you could get the y-intercept just by looking at the equation. So the C value over here would tell you where the graph is cutting the y-axis. So if you were to draw the graph, right? So if you were to draw the graph, your line is going to cut the wait, that's a draw that wrong. If you draw the graph, the line, this is the line here, should cut the y-axis at -4. This is the y-axis, right? So Vanessa, if we know that the y value is going to be -4 and the x value is 0, can you tell me the point?
0 -4.
Right, 0, comma, -4. And that would be the y-intercept, right? Tell me if you're okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
So if we wanted to sketch this graph, going to do a very small sketch here, nothing fancy. This is the y-axis. This is the x-axis, right? Tell me, Vanessa, where does the line cut the y-axis?
-4.
Right. So don't you agree that I would have to put values over here?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So we could just put this as -4. Okay. And can you tell me what the x-intercept is?
0.
Nah.
Oh, wait, no, a half.
Positive a half or negative a half?
Negative.
Negative a half. Give me a second. All right. Yes. So when I say you were telling me a half,
Negative a half.
negative a half. So should I put that negative a half over here, over here, left or right?
Left.
Should put it to the left. So we could say that this is negative a half. We could say that this is negative a half, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Do you have any idea as to how I would draw my line? So I have these 2 points over here. This point over here is negative a half, comma 0. And this point over here is 0, comma minus 4. Do you know how you would draw the graph?
Yeah.
Tell me.
I I don't know how to describe it. Like,
Take a guess. Try
like
something.
a slant.
Describe it for me in terms of like in terms of if you had a ruler, what you're gonna do with the ruler with regards to these 2 points.
Like line is up.
Line it up. Okay, so I'm gonna get the ruler right now. Right? So is this what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Say no more. Right, we get through there. And the last thing you need to do is you need to label the graph. So this graph would be the graph of y is equal to negative 8x, negative 4. Do we understand how we sketch the graph?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Is there anybody that's confused by this? Let me know, guys. Okay, I'm gonna move on, all right? So Vanessa, I would like you to help me with question 3. So Vanessa, before we find the x-intercept and the y-intercept, could you tell me what m and c would be?
M is 9 and C is minus 20.
Nice. What do you want to find for first? The x-intercept or the y-intercept?
X.
Say no more. If you are at the x-intercept, what would the y value be?
Negative 20.
Nah.
Oh.
Let me show you something, right? In this previous graph, where did the line cut the x-axis?
A half. Negative a half.
Okay, at negative a half, what do you think the y value is? If you had to read off this point from the graph, how would you read it off?
0 a half.
Nah, when you're reading off points, you read off the x value first and then the y value. So the x value would be how much you moved on the x-axis, and the y value would be how much you moved on the y-axis. So Vanessa, um, I want you to imagine we're starting off at the origin. How did we move to reach this point over here?
The left.
Move to the left, right? So specifically, we move a half units to the left, and that would be negative a half, right? So that would be the x component. Now, did we move up or down?
No.
No. So if we didn't move up or down, did we move vertically?
No.
Nah. So what's the y value then? If it didn't move up or down?
Minus. No.
Nah. So the
0.
so the y value would tell you how much to move up or down by. So if you don't have if you didn't move up or down, the y value should be
0.
correct. So at the x-intercept, y is equal to,
0.
and that's always the case, right? That's always the case. So keep that in mind. So if I know y is equal to 0, where am I going to put that into? Where am I going to plug that?
Where Y is in the equation.
All right, so I'm going to say 0 is equal to 9x minus 20. What do you want to do next?
Carry 9x over the equal sign.
Okay, sure, we could do that. If I carry that across, what would I end up with?
Minus 9x. Um, wait. Equals to minus 20 minus 0.
You see that 0? We could essentially act as if it doesn't exist. Zero means nothing. So check this, right? If there was zero on this side, that means there's nothing on that side, right? There's nothing on that side. But if you move across the 9x, now there's minus 9x on that side. You understand? The
Mhm.
zero is just there to tell you that there's nothing on that side. And we just move something across to that side. So this is what we have right now. Let me know if you understand this.
Mhm.
So what do we have to do next to find for x?
Divide by -9.
Right? Divide by -9 on both sides. The -9 and the -9 would cancel off. And then we have -20 over -9. What's a negative divided by a negative?
A positive.
Right? So that's 20 over 9. Could we reduce that fraction?
2.2.
Okay, when I say reduce, I'm talking about, like, say we are 20 and 9. Is there any number that could go into both 20 and 9? Like
Oh,
to
no,
simplify it?
no.
Nah. So we had to leave it as 20 over 9. So let's wrap up. Can you tell me what the x-intercept would be?
20 over 9.
All right, so the x value is 20 over 9. What's the y value?
20.
Nah.
Oh, wait. No, 0.
Right. Because if we are talking about where the line cuts the x-axis, what is the y value?
0.
Right, check this. I'm gonna draw a bunch of lines. I'm gonna draw a bunch of lines. Bunch of lines. Right? If I ask you for the x-intercept for all of them, and you're gonna tell me like this, this, and this,
Mm-hmm.
when you read off the coordinates, what would the y value be for all?
0.
Yeah. So if we're talking about the x-intercept, y is 0. Right? So the point is just the x value you find, comma 0. Right? So let's move on to the y-intercept now, which is the easy parts. At the y-intercept, what is the x value equal to?
0.
Nice. And from the graph, I mean, not from the graph, from the equation of the line, is it possible for us to figure out where the line cuts the y-axis?
Mm-hmm.
Where does the line cut the y-axis?
-20.
All right, so y is equal to -20. That being said, what's the y-intercept?
-20.
Now, take your time. Remember, when you call out a point, is always x,
Oh,
comma, y.
0 minus -20.
Nice. So when I draw my graph and when I do the sketch, so what it's gonna look like. Let me just modify this thing. All right, so Ria, are you following everything so far?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Are
Yeah.
we good? Are we Gucci?
Yeah.
Right. Come on, I just want to get rid of this small. Okay, nice, nice. We get through, get through. Good. All right. Okay, so Vanessa, tell me, where is the graph gonna cut the x-axis at? What value?
-20. Wait,
Minus.
the
Take your time. Where is the graph gonna cut the x-axis? The
oh,
x-axis.
20 over 9.
Right. Now, what does that roughly translate to as a decimal? Like 2 point something, and
Yeah,
2 point something? Okay. So we could probably see that this is 20 over 9. No, what's it? Right? 20 over 9 would have to be over here, right? 20 over 9. Okay, and where does the graph cut the y-axis?
0, 20.
So at -20, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we can say that this is -20. Now, in your sketch, you want to do your sketch to scale. You notice how far I put 29 from 0
Mm-hmm.
and observe how far I'm putting -20 from 0. -20. Great. So what I could do now Just put 2 points here. And what's the last step?
Connect the dots.
Right? Connect the dots. Okay. Good. So that was fairly straightforward, right?
Mhm.
Great. Let's move on. Since most of these questions are effectively the same thing that was supposed to be done for homework, I'm going to do 2 more questions and then we're going to move on with today's proceedings. Right? And one last thing before we move forward. Tell me, Vanessa, what are we missing here? We missing something.
The
The equation of
the line
nice. What's the equation for this particular line?
y equals to 9x minus 20.
Nice. All right. So, is Perseus in class? Can I see in Perseus? All right. Shina. Shina, let me know if you're there. Shina, we alive?
Yes.
Okay. So, Shina, I want to do one question with a fraction. I heard that that gave you all some trouble. So let's do the one with the fraction, right? Let's find the x-intercept first. At the x-intercept, what's the y value?
At the x-intercept, 0.
Right, so at the x-intercept, the y value is 0. Now, what can we do with that information?
You can substitute it into the actual question and say 0 equals what question 5 equals 3x minus 7 over 3.
Right, so we're going to say 0 is equal to 3x minus 7 over 3. Great. Etiosa, I see you now join a little while ago. Let me know if you're understanding everything so far. If I do anything that confusing you, let me know. I will run it over.
No, sir, I understand that a little bit. You can continue. I understand it.
Okay, nice. So what I'm saying, right, is when you're sketching a line, think about it as you sir. If you wanna if you wanna draw a line, what's the least amount of points you need to draw a line?
You need 2 points.
I need 2 points. So you could really use any points, but the standard approach is to find the x-intercept. That's where the line would cut the x-axis. And to find the y-intercept, that's where the line would cut the y-axis. Right? That's the standard procedure. So that's essentially what we do. Right? So if I ever confusing you, let me know. Right? Chelsea,
Yes.
you okay? I see you just joined.
Yes, I good.
Okay, nice. Right. So Shayna, let's continue. What's the next step? What do you want to do?
And the next step would be to arrange your equation. So you'll say 3x equals 7 over 3.
Okay. Let me take it one step at a time. So what you could do, you could swap both sides. Right? And if you swap both sides, and we could write 3x minus 7 over 3 is equal to 0.
Yes, you can. So.
We can. Now I'm taking it one step at a time, right? I know you're really good at this. So you could like not do that step in your head. I want to take it so for everybody else. Right?
Okay.
So what's next?
After that, you say 3x and you carry over the minus 7 over 3 and you say 3x equals positive 7 over 3.
Right? Next.
After that, you divide by 3x on both sides. I mean, 3 on both sides.
Almost slip up there. Right?
Sorry.
Right? This is the part that's gonna confuse so much people. If you're one of the people here that's confused by this, I wanna know. I wanna know now.
Me?
You confused by that?
No, I was asking if you're talking to me.
Not talking to everybody in general. A lot of students were confused by this part.
Honestly.
All right, Etiosa, Ria, Serena, Chelsea, Vanessa. Are
Take
you
1 second.
okay? Uh, on a scale of 1 to 10, how confused are you with this line?
Like 7.
You're very confused.
Yeah,
6, sir.
Okay, so guys, if I had something like 3x is equal to 9, how would I find for x?
Divide the 9
Dividing 9 by what?
by 3.
By 3, right? And you would get x is equal to 1 over 3. Easy. Easy, right? But when up a fraction, everybody get lost. Yeah? Etiosa, that's what happened.
Yes, sir.
But Etiosa, I want to, in maths, things look scary, but it's real simple. Is there any real difference? Wait, so let me just come up with two examples here to decide. Right, so the question we have is 3x is equal to 7 over 3, right? And the example I gave you all just now was 3x is equal to 9. Tell me something, Etiosa. Over here, we have 3 times a variable equal to a number. Over here, we have 3 times a variable is equal to a number. Isn't it the same situation? Tell me.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Is the same situation, and if you're confused, let me ask you this. Is 9 a number?
Yes.
Is 7 over 3 a number?
Yeah, is a,
It's a fraction, but it is a
is
number,
a
right?
fraction.
But it is a number, right?
Yeah.
So if I want to find for x in both cases, I would still divide by 3. Right, check this right, Etinosa. Me, Etiosa. I would divide this by 3. The 3 and 3 would cancel off, and then I would divide this by 3. You're probably wondering, what would I do next? Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll show you. Right? Ria, do you understand that this and this is the same concept? You just divide by 3?
yes, sir.
Okay, so the 3 and the 3 is going to cancel off there, so I'm going to end up with x. Now, question, guys. If I am dividing by 3, right? If I'm dividing by 3, it means that I'm multiplying by what?
One is second.
Yes, Shina, that's correct. Eti, Etiosa, on a scale of 1 to 10, how confused are you? So the next line is actually going to be 7 over 3 multiplied by 1 over 3. If you're confused here, tell me.
Yeah, it confused me a little bit.
Okay. Ria, are you confused?
Um, no, because the 3 that we divided by turned into 1 over 3
Mm-hmm. All right. So
is okay.
I go explain it back for Etiosa. And if you won't pay attention, right, to get a better understanding. It sounds like you understand it though. All right, so Etiosa, if I had, let me just say I have 4 divided by 2. Yeah, 4 divided by 2. Wouldn't that be the same thing as 4 multiplied by a half? Or not?
Yes, sir.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So I needed to understand something. Isn't it also possible for me to write 2 as 2 over 1?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So anytime you go from division to multiplication, you flip whatever you're dividing by. So Etiosa, in this case, what are we dividing for by?
You're divided by 2.
By 2, which is the same thing as 2 over
1.
right. So if I turn this division to multiplication, what do I have to do with the 2 over 1?
Oh, you have to flip it.
Right, I have to flip it. Now let's look at what we have over here. Over here we have 7 over 3, which is a fraction, and we just divided that by 3. Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Now if I divide by 3, that's the same thing as multiplying by.
By 3 is 1 over 3.
Right. And again, if you're confused, let's look at it even closer. So we have 7 over 3 divided by 3. So another way I could write this is 7 over 3 divided by 3. 3 is the same thing as 3 over,
1.
right? So in the next line, I could write 7 over 3 multiplied by,
1 over 3.
you're perfectly fine with it now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, nice. Ray, are we okay with it?
Yes, sir. Is what are they taught in the first place?
Yeah, like I say, I thought you had it, right? I still ask you though, just to be extra sure.
Yeah.
So Shayna, what's gonna happen next? Can I sure if Shayna come back? But Etty, you so help me here, right? So we have 7 by 1. What's 7 by 1?
I'm here.
What's 7 by 1?
What do you mean?
So we have to work this part out. So we're gonna multiply the numerator by the numerator and the denominator by the denominator, right? So 7 by 1 is
7,
right, and then 3 by 3 is
9.
right. So x is equal to 7/9. So tell me, what is the point for the x-intercept? When I ask you for a point, I'm asking you for the x value first, comma, then the y value. So at the x-intercept, what do we find the x value to be?
It's 3, sir.
No. What did we just find x to be? What is x equal to? We just found it. So look out for x is equal to something. What is x equal to?
7.
Over?
7 over 3.
Nah, not 7/3.
Or
So,
7 over 9.
right. So we found x to be equal to 7/9. So you're going to put the x value first, comma, the y value. At the x-intercept, what is the y value? So it's on the screen as well. When you're
0.
on right, if you're at the x-intercept, the y value is always 0. Right? So we found the x-intercept successfully. Right? The y-intercept is going to be a lot simpler. So at the y-intercept, what do you think the x value is equal to?
The 7 over 9.
Nah. If we're talking about the y-intercept, this would be where the line cuts the y-axis. So, watch, check it out. Let's just say we have this line over here. What axis is this by chance? You know? Tell me.
Is Y, sir?
Right? This one is y, right? And this one is x. Doesn't the line cut the y-axis over here?
Yes, sir.
Right? So if we are reading off this point, what do you think the x value would be? Now, if
Is
you're
it-
confused, I want you to think about, anytime I ask you about x value, I want you to think about if we move left or right. Look at where we are.
We going.
So we always start from the origin. So Etiosa, let me just put a value here. I'm gonna put a value. Let's just call this value 3. So all points start from the origin, which is 0, 0. So tell me, Etiosa, the first part is the horizontal movement, as the x movement. Did we move left or right?
We move right.
Nah. If you look carefully, we only moved up.
Oh yeah, we move up.
So my question, right? Did we move left or right? Like if I want to reach over here, if I want to reach over there, should I move left or right, or should I just go straight up?
Go straight up.
Just go straight up. So did I move horizontally? Did you move left or right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're sure about that?
And horizontally is up and down.
Nah. Horizontally is left or right, left and right.
Oh well, no, you move vertically.
Right. So if you ever confuse vertical and horizontal, think about a horizon. Does the sun set? Okay, that's a bad question because the sun does it is go down, right? But the point is, when you're looking at the horizon, isn't the horizon a line? Like if you
Yes, sir.
go to the beach and you're looking at the horizon, it's a line. So when you hear horizon, when you hear horizontal, think of horizon, right? So this is horizontal. So again, my question is, at this point, did we move to the left or to the right?
We move a little bit to the left.
No, we didn't move anywhere to the left. If I'm talking about this point over here, that's where the line would cut the y-axis. So there's no horizontal movement there. To go to that point, it's just simply moving up by 3. So in other words, the x value is 0. Why? Because we didn't move left or right. And the y value will be 3 because we moved up by 3. Understand?
Yes, sir.
You're sure?
Yeah.
And this point over here, if I want to reach this point, am I going to move up or down?
No, sir.
No. Will I have to move to the left?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you're moving to the left, that means you're moving along the x-axis, right? So let me just put a value here. You can call this 1. So if I'm reading off that point, it will be 1, comma, what was the y value? What do you think is the y value?
The
On
y the y value was 0.
right, the y value is 0 because if you're cutting the x-axis, it means you're only moving left or right. There's no up or down, none. So you think you understand it now?
Yes, I think I understand now.
Okay, say no more. Right, so at the y-intercept, what is the x value?
The x value,
So if you're on the y-axis, what's the x value?
if on the y axis, the x value 3.
No, we just looked at it. Check it out. If you're on the y-axis, what's the x value? So x, think of x as left or right.
Oh,
If
so the
if you're on the y-axis itself, like if you're on the y-axis, you could only move in what direction? If you're on the y-axis, what's the only
you
way you
can
can
only move up and down.
up and down? So what's the x value? So keep in mind, a x value would mean that you could move left or right. Can we move left or right?
No, sir.
What do you think the x value is?
So the x value could be
So we're not moving left or right. So our movement will be what?
up and down.
Only up and down, right? So the x value would be what value would tell you that there's no movement?
0.
Right. So x would be 0. Why am I saying that? Because x corresponds to left or right movement. If I say x is equal to 1, that means I'm moving 1 space to the right. If I say x is equal to -3, that means I'm moving 3 to the right. But Etiosa, if you're on the y-axis, you can't move left or left. You can't go to the left or to the right. You could only move up and down. So that's why I'm saying at the y-intercept, when you're at the y-axis, the x value is 0 because you're on the y-axis. Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right. Now, to figure out where the graph is cut in the y-axis, all you have to do is read off the c value from the equation of the line. So what's the c value over here?
The c value.
Yeah, what's the c value? So remember, the equation of a line is y is equal to mx plus c. What do you think
So
c
this
would be?
7/3.
Nah, not 7/3. You're close, but you're forgetting a sign. So this would be y. Both of them would be y, right? This would be m, this would be x, and this whole thing would be c. So you have to tell me with the sign. So what would that be? So you said 7/3, which means positive 7/3. But we're seeing a negative here. So y should be equal to
Y will be equal to negative 7 over 3.
Yes. All right. And to write the coordinate, I'm going to put the x value first and then the y value. So the x value here is what? If we're talking about the y-intercept, what's the x value? Always.
The x value is 0.
Right. Once we're talking about y-intercept, the x value is always 0. Right? And what's the y value?
The y value is 3.
Nah.
It's negative 7 over 3.
Right. Yeah. So
Yes, sir.
we have the 2 points we need. So now we are going to draw the y and x axis. Right? So we have a y-axis over here. We have an x-axis over here. Etiosa, is this horizontal or vertical?
Vertical.
Right. Nice. So let's put down the x-intercept first. So Etiosa, if we are talking about the x-intercept, are we on the x-axis or are we on the y-axis?
We on the x-axis.
Right, because it says x-intercept. To intercept something means to cut it, right? So x-intercept means on the x-axis. So where is my line? So where's my line cutting the x-axis? What was the x value we found? Tell me to yourself.
The we, we find 0.
No. Nah. We're looking at the x-intercept. What did we find for x?
But we did find 7 over 9.
Right. So, in other words, the line is going to cut the x-axis at 7 over 9, right? This is just a sketch. So, we at least need to show them a rough estimate of where 7 over 9 is, right? So, and you agree that 7 over 9 will be somewhere to this side, to the right side,
Yes, sir.
because it's positive,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Nice.
Yeah.
And the point would be right here. That would be the point. So as you can see, this is where the line is going to cut the x-axis. If the line is cutting the x-axis, the y value would be equal to,
Uh,
if you're on the x-axis itself, what's the y value?
0.
Right. And if you're on the y-axis, what's the x value?
0.
Great. Nice. So we put down the x-intercept. Let's put down the y-intercept now. Where is the line cutting the y-axis? At what value? So what did we find for y?
We did find 7 over 3. Negative 7 over 3.
Right. So do you think I'm going to put negative 7 over 3 somewhere along the x-axis or somewhere along the y-axis?
So somewhere along the y-axis.
Right. And should I put it should I put it upwards or should I put it downwards?
Downwards, because downwards is negative.
Perfect. Negative 7 over 3 is roughly 2 point something. So I'm going to put it over here. Right? Negative 7 over 3. So Etiosa, if you're confused, 7 over 9 is a little less than 1. Right? A little less than 1. So you notice up this is a sketch, right? You don't want to be too specific. This is a little less than 1, so I'll put it over here. So you understand that if it's something and it's close to 2, I would have to put it like 2 times the distance. So that's why I put in this roughly 2 times the distance as this. Right?
Yes, sir.
Nice. So when I draw my line is going to look a little something like this. So if you look at the line now, can you tell me where the line cuts the x-axis? You can see it now. Where does the line cut the x-axis?
It cuts it at it cuts from negative 7 over 3 to 7 over 9.
No. So this is the line over here, right? And this is the x-axis. Where does the line pass through the x-axis?
They can repeat that, sir.
So this is the x-axis, and this is the line. Where does the line pass or cut through the x-axis at? So this is the line, this is the line, and this is the x-axis. Where is the line cutting the x-axis at?
Like,
So again, this is the line here. So this is the line, and this is the x-axis. Where are the two of them interacting? Like where are they cutting each other?
the cutting it around 7/9.
No, not around. At 7/9. We found
At
it.
7.
We found it via calculation, so it's accurate, right? So the line would cut the x-axis at 7/9. And if you wanted to read off that coordinate, that would be 7/9, comma, 0. All right? Where does the line cut the y-axis? Where does the line pass through the y-axis at?
At -7/3.
Right, this point over here. And we found that. So tell me, what would this point be? If you were to read it off, what would that point be?
-7/3, comma 0.
Not so fast. Nah. When you're reading off points, the x value comes first. So if you add the y-axis, what's the x value?
The x value 0.
All right, x value is 0, and the y value is
-7/3.
and a way to understand why we're saying that's it. So x, y. Check this out, right? Let's see, sir. Let me start off at 0, 0. So we're starting off at this point. So Etiosa, if I wanted to move to reach this point, should I move left or right? Or should I just move straight down?
You
So
should
if this is our starting position, and this is our goal, how should I move to reach that position?
straight down.
Straight down. So is there any left or right movement?
No, sir.
Nah. So you understand why I'm saying x should be 0? Because
At
x means to move left or right. If you see any x value, that means to move left or right. But if I want to go over here, are we going to move left or right?
No, sir.
So the x value would be 0, right? X value
Yeah.
just means horizontal movement. The horizontal movement would be 0, right? But we did move vertically, so that's why the y value is -7/3, right? I guess something I could add in to make sure nobody is confused. I could say that this here, this point would be 0, comma, -7/3. And this point over here is 7/9, comma, 0. And the equation of this line would be y is equal to 3x minus 7/3. Right. Is everybody like really good with this? Like, do we understand it? Because I'm gonna do one more example in this. Let me know, guys.
Good night, sir.
Good night, Perseus. You okay?
Yeah, I had to go out for a bit.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
actually, not understand how you do the multiplication. That was actually trade off.
I know when I was doing this question, I was asking for you, but you hadn't joined us yet. So we're gonna do one more question, right? And then we're gonna move on to something else, right? So I want you all to vote. Last question I'm gonna do with you all. Do you all want me to do question 6 with you all or question 7? Pick one, guys. Question 6 or question 7?
Question 6.
Question 6? Okay. Right. So guys, remind me. Anybody can answer this, right? We want to sketch a line. How much points you need to sketch a line? Anybody can tell me how much points you need to sketch a line?
2, sir.
2, right? And the standard approach is to find the x-intercept and the y-intercept. When you're trying to find the x-intercept, what is the y value always? At the x-intercept, what's the y value
Zero.
always? 0.
Zero.
So if y is 0, where am I going to put that 0? Do we have anywhere to put that 0?
You're going to put it.
Is there any equation that has y in it? That's on the screen,
Y equal 8 over 5 x.
right? So my question to you is, if I have this equation and I know y is equal to 0, instead of writing y, what could I write?
You could write 0.
Exactly, because y is equal to 0. So I'm going to write 0 is equal to 8 over 5x plus 4 over 5. Now, again, we are accustomed with just swapping. So, Etiosa, if I were to just swap the left-hand side with the right-hand side, what would I get? What would I end up with? So,
You could repeat that sentence here.
right, so the next step is to swap the left-hand side with your right-hand side. So you see everything over here, we're going to move it on that side. You see everything over here, we're going to move it to this side. So tell me what that would look like. So I'll start you off. 8 over 5x
8 over 5x
plus
plus 4 over 5 equals 0.
nice. Now, this is not the only way you can answer the question, but I want to come up with a standard way you all could follow to get the question right every single time, right? And we are accustomed to seeing the unknown on the left-hand side, so this should be familiar. Perseus, does this look okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Etiosa, what's the next step? Do you know?
The next step will be to
I see Ria on mute. Ria, you want to take it from him?
So it was an accident, but I mean, I could help.
Etiosa, Ria gonna help you. Let me see if she's gonna tell us the correct thing.
What we doing?
Where you want me help?
No, okay. We could move the 4/5
Right.
across.
So we move the number across, right?
So it will become 8/5x equals to negative 4/5.
Etiosa, on a scale of 1 to 10, how confused are you? If confused at all.
5.
Okay.
5, sir.
All right. So when you're trying to find for x, x should be the only thing on the left-hand side, right? So 8 over 5x, this should remain on this side, right? You see how we add in 4 over 5? We want to get rid of that. So what we're going to do is we're going to move this across the equal sign. If you move across something, it's going to turn to negative. If you're confused about why it don't have 0, I mean, it could leave the 0, but it doesn't make sense. Etiosa, 0 means nothing, right? 0
Yes, sir.
literally means nothing. So two things are way to take away from this. If you're moving across something, the sign or the arithmetic changes. So see how we have add over here, add 4 over 5. If you move it
Yes.
across, you're going to turn to negative 4 over 5. Right. So Etiosa, by doing that, what's the only thing on this side now?
It will be 8 over 5x.
Nice. 8 over 5x. Cool. That's what you want. That's what you want, right? That's what you want. Let's look at the previous questions. It was the same process, you know. Watch. 3x minus 7 over 3 is equal to 0. What did I do at Etiosa?
You carry over the negative 7 over 3.
Right, and that turned to 7 over 3, which is positive 7 over 3, right? Okay, and we're going to repeat the same process. We wanted to find for 1x. So we divided the 3x by 3. So the 3 and the 3 will cancel off, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Perseus, this is the part that you get real confused.
Yes, sir, the multiplication part. That's where I get lost.
Okay, let's look at a very simple case first, and I'll show you all how is the exact same process. Let's say,
So I understand the part where you did switch over the 8 over 5 and how it becomes a negative and a positive. But what I wanted to ask was because I don't want to make a mistake and put the 4 over 5 and switch it also. That is the thing. Because I used to do that. Because how the 8 over 5 will turn into a negative, I would have also put I would have switched the negative 4 over 5 and put it as a positive by mistake.
wait, I'm a little confused by what you say. Now, before I proceed, you need to know that there's multiple ways you could answer this question. So the method that I was showing, I was just saying, before you move across anything, swap sides. So do you understand that we had 0 here and then we had 8 over 5x plus 4 over 5 here? You understand that
Yes,
part?
sir.
And
I
then,
don't understand that part. Yes, sir. But
and-
the last part I'm talking about, where did
right. So, Perseus, if we're looking at the last part, right, we want to leave x on the left-hand side. We want to leave x on the left-hand side. Should this be over here?
no, sir.
No. If you're trying to find for x, the x term should be the only thing on the left-hand side. So the x term over here is 8 over 5x. That's the only thing that should be on the left-hand side. So you see how we have positive 4 over 5?
Yes, sir.
We need to take that and move it across. So if I move across positive 4 over 5, what's going to happen? What's that going to turn to?
It will switch to a negative 4. I might have switched the 8 over 5x to a negative
But,
also.
but why? I want to understand why.
I don't know, I don't know why, but I think it's how like we switch the positive 4 over 5 to negative. I would have done the same thing to 8 over 5 because I get so confused sometimes by it.
Okay, but trying to understand why though. Let me see if we could break that confusion today. Let me just say I had something like 5x plus 3. Okay, even simpler, even simpler. What if I had x plus 3 is equal to 10? How would I find for x?
So the 3 can't be there,
Can't be there. So we need to
right?
move it up,
We need to move the 3 across. I will become a negative 3
right? So this plus 3 gonna be moved across, and I'm now going to write x is equal to what?
to 10 minus, well, negative 3.
Right. So x is equal to
X is equal to, to 7.
right. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fun fact.
Also, to say negative 7.
Wait, and fun fact, if I replace x with 7 and I add it to 3, what am I going to get?
You'll get 10.
All right? Who just joined? I'm so confused. Um, Whoever just joined, can you please unmute and state your business here? I'm seeing a really, really dumb name. Okay, let's just report that person. Okay, cool. All right, so let me continue, right? So, Perseus, let me know if you understand that.
So I understand that clearly.
Okay, let's step things up a notch. What if I had 2x plus 3 is equal to 10? The process is the same. It's the same process, right? What is the x term in this question? Tell me, what's the x term?
The 2x.
The 2x, all right. So the x term should be the only thing on the left-hand side. What does not belong on the left-hand side?
The positive 3.
Positive 3 does not belong there. So, you see that positive 3? I'm going to take it and move it where?
To the right side to make it a negative.
Right? And I'm going to end up with 10. 10 what?
Minus negative 3. Well, negative 3 actually.
Now, you wouldn't say minus negative 3. That would,
That would be weird.
yeah. When you take it and move it across, the sign in front of it changes. So that's the only thing that changes. So this plus turns out negative. Right? And what's 10 minus 3?
7.
7. And then we're going to do what on both sides?
To divide
All right? Divide both sides by?
2x. 2x.
Not 2x. If I
Well,
divide both sides, nah, that wouldn't make sense. If I do that, I'm going to put 1 is equal to 7 over 2x. You didn't find for x there. You just put yourself in a lot of problems, right? If I want to find for x, I need to get rid of the number that's in front of x. So right, I have 2 multiplied by x, so the opposite of multiply is divide. So I have to divide both sides by 2, not divide both sides by 2x. Don't say that, right?
okay.
And so my final answer is,
7 over 2.
right, 7 over 2. That's the answer. So you
I
understand?
understand it way better now, sir.
All right, and let's do one last question. Negative 3x minus 4 is equal to 7. What is the x term in this question?
The negative 3x.
Right, so that's the only term that should be on the left-hand side. What shouldn't be on the left-hand side?
Negative 4.
Yeah, this negative 4 shouldn't be there. So I would move across negative 4, and I would turn to.
Plus 4.
So the next line, you call out the next line for me.
Negative 3x equals 7 plus 4.
Right. Next line,
3x equals 11.
you want to find for 1x, so you need to divide both sides by,
3. Well, negative 3.
right? Not 3, negative 3. If I divide both sides by 3, the 3 and the 3 are going to cancel off, but you realize you have negative x.
Yes, sir.
You want to find for 1x. So that minus 3 and that minus 3, you add up a minus 3, so they will cancel off. So my final answer is 11 over minus 3. Now we have positive 11 divided by negative 3. What's our positive divided by negative?
Negative.
All right, so negative 11 over 3. Great. Nice. So if you can handle that, you could more than handle this, right? Now, I get that the fractions looking a bit intimidating, but it's really simple, I promise. It's the same steps we just did, right? Vanessa, let me know if you're there.
Yes, sir.
All right, so Vanessa, you understand all these examples perfectly fine, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
yeah.
Okay, so the general process, we need to move across the term that's being added on or subtracted. You move that across. So the only thing you have is the x term. Understand?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And typically the next step is to divide by whatever is in front of accent.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's the same process over here. So Vanessa, what do we have being multiplied by x over here? What's being multiplied by x?
It's over 5.
So I'm going to divide by,
It's over 5.
yeah, I tell you, real straightforward, right? Gonna divide by 8 over 5. And if I do that, this and this would cancel off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If all you do believe me, here what? In all the calculator, wait, how much sharp users we have here? Tell me, guys, how much sharp users we have here? Sharp users. Don't feel ashamed. Who's the sharp users here? Vanessa, you're a sharp user?
Um, I
You,
was looking for
oh,
my
yeah.
curfew, but I have my shop with me right now.
The real question should be why you don't have your Casio. Why you have your sharp with you for? That's the question.
But I think my shop, my Casio in my bag.
That sharp should be in the garbage bin. Yeah. That should be in the garbage bin. I'm joking. I don't waste the calculator. But it really it's horrible. I don't know what you're still doing with it. Right? But those who have a sharp and all they have trust issues, this is all one to do. Open up a bracket, right? Put 8 divided by 5, close bracket. What this means, that means 8 over 5, right? Right, so put that in, then put divided by open bracket, 8 divided by 5. So what I just did was I plugged this in into a sharp calculator. Just verify that you're getting 1. I want everybody to do that. So are you all getting 1? Perseus, are you getting 1? Serena, when you plug this into your calculator, are you all getting 1?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, right? And Serena, you understand why we want to get 1?
Yes, sir.
Because we're trying to find for 1 accent.
Yep.
Nice. I'm only hearing from Serena. I'm not sure what's happening to the rest of you all. All right?
Ah, yes, I got it.
You see that like a real American boy. Per se, sometimes I just hear a slight American accent, you know. Sometimes.
Um, I can explain that. I really can. It does happen naturally.
But where are you from though? Like which side in Trinidad? Not discriminating, I just
From,
yes.
from the Northeast region. So,
From the Northeast. Okay.
yes.
So yeah, I guess that kind of explains it. I kind of. I noticed
Wait,
that
what?
I noticed that people, because I'm from South, right? I noticed that um people up north, they have us they talk ever so slightly like different. They do. I could tell in UE. I could tell. Yeah. It's kind of like how Tobagonians sound different from Trinidadians.
So, so I used to get it in school a lot from a teacher.
But I don't mean it's in a discriminatory way. I just saying I notice it. I don't mean it's in a bad way.
No, sir, no, sir. I know.
Okay. Right. So Jerry, Ria, Sheena, Chelsea, are you all getting 1 when you plug this into the calculator?
Yes, sir.
Yeah? Okay. So Ria, do you understand that I know it looking scary, but isn't it just the same thing as we were doing all the time? You know, if you have 2 in front of x, you just divide by 2.
Yeah.
So Ria, if you have 8 over 5 by x, we're gonna divide by
8 over 5.
right. It have nothing, it have no tricks to it. Etiosa, you understand? Can I hear an Etiosa? But so Ria, you okay with this, right?
Yes, sir.
And if we do it on the left hand side, you have to do it on the right hand side. So we're gonna put over 8 over 5. Now the 8 over 5 and the 8 over 5 is going to cancel off there, right? So we're going to end up with x. So Ria, didn't I just divide both sides by 8 over 5?
Yes, sir.
If I'm changing division to multiplication, what's going to happen to my fraction that I'm dividing by?
You'll change it to 5 over 8.
Right, I'll change it to 5 over 8. Perfect. And what's going to happen here?
Um,
Seen any way that we could simplify that?
Yes.
Tell me.
Cross multiply. Cross.
Nah, you don't cross multiply. You can only cross multiply if you have fractions outside of an equal sign. You don't have an equal sign here. You just have a
Oh,
multiply sign. Okay, give my example of what you mean. You're probably thinking the correct thing, but you're using the wrong terminology.
like we cancel the 5 on the 5,
Okay, nice. Yeah.
and then we could put 2 into 4 and 2 into 8.
Yeah, you see, look, you know the thing. It's just the wrong terminology, right? So the 5 and the 5 would cancel off, right? 4 into 4 is?
2.
Nah. Where's 4 into 4?
Oh, shucks, sorry.
4 is,
1,
and 4 into 8 is?
2,
Right, so we're going to end up with negative what?
half.
Negative a half. Great.
Right.
So what's my final x-intercept coordinate?
Negative a half.
Comma.
0.
Right. It should be a lot easier to find for the y-intercept. Yeah or no? Can I hear you? Think it will be harder or easier?
It should be easier.
No, it should be a lot easier. Tell me,
Yeah.
what's the x value for the y-intercept?
0.
Right. Nice. And do we need to do any algebra, or does the equation tell us where the line cuts the y-axis?
Nah, it's anyway.
Right. So y at y is equal to.
4 over 5.
So where's the point?
So the point will be 0, 4 over 5.
Yeah. It'll be. You said 0 first, right?
Yeah.
Nice. You don't want to make that rookie mistake of confusing x and y with x. You don't want to make that mistake. Right. So we have our 2 points. Right. We have our 2 points. So Ria, what's the next step?
We sketch it on
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
graph.
If you want a song real bougie and real posh, you could say we now sketch it on the Cartesian plane.
Oh.
Yeah. You see this x and y axis thing? The proper name for it is the Cartesian plane. Like Cartesian plane. So all the graphs that you all will be doing will be on the Cartesian plane.
Oh. Okay.
Right. So if for the exam you see them say, do a sketch on a Cartesian plane, don't get confused. It's just y and x axis. Right. So Ria, where's the line gonna cut the x axis at?
Um. On the x. Like where?
Yeah, where? Where? What x value?
A half. Negative a half.
All right. So we could say that this is negative a half.
Right. And then 0 will be on the y.
Elaborate. If 0 will be on the y.
Well, 0 will be like on the y-axis, like right
Confused. I'm
in the
confused.
middle.
I'm confused by that statement. Wait, everything on this say how to make sense, eh? And if I don't understand it, I will question you about it. Trust me, it's for the plot. It's for the plot. You're deepening the plot here. Coming better. Right. So Ria, you said 0 will be on the y-axis. Are you referring to the point?
Yeah.
Okay. What if I told you this was minus a half 0? Do you understand that? Or no?
Yeah.
So, okay, if we're reading up this point, right? If you're on the x-axis, if you are on the x-axis, what is your y value?
0.
Right. So this point here will literally be negative a half, comma 0, because you're on the x-axis. If you're on the
Yeah.
x-axis, you can't move up or down. You can only move left or right. So there's no vertical movement. So if there's no vertical movement, that means no y, no y.
Right. Oh, well, yeah.
Okay, so that's our first point. Telma, where is the line cutting the y-axis at?
4/5.
Right? So we can say that 4/5 is like over here. And this would be the other point, right?
Yeah.
Now, just so that I make sure you understand, this point here, let me just draw the graph first. Right. So this point over here, what's the coordinates for that point?
-0.5.
What's the coordinates for this point?
0, 4/5.
Perfect. Because if you're on the y-axis,
Then the x-axis will be 0.
no, not the x-axis will be 0, the
The,
x,
well, the x-intercept will be 0.
nah, not the x-intercept, the x value.
Oh. Oh.
X,
Well,
how to say it? Because if you say the x-intercept would be 0, nah, the x-intercept is actually minus a half. It's not 0. You have
oh
to give
yes.
a way to say it.
Right.
So you would say that
The
the
x value.
x value is 0 and the y value is 4/5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? So y is equal to 8/5x. Okay, so do you all need me to do another graph question, or are we fed up with the graph questions? You want to do something else? Like, does everybody understand the graph questions? Like, I'll just sketch a graph, given the equation. Are we okay?
Yes, so I could. Like,
What?
I understand.
Okay, nice. So, Ria, since you understand, just give me like a quick recap of what you just do. Like, what's the general procedure? What's the general steps?
So I so
No,
um
I tell you, it's for the plot. This will just make it stronger, right?
that's terrible at explaining things, but I swear I understand.
No, you
Okay.
could do it. You could do it. So, what's the general procedure? Start off with this. If you want to sketch a line, how much points you need,
Well, if we want to sketch a line, we need four. Four. We need 2 points because
right?
that's the most we need. Um, we have to find the y-intercept
Mm-hmm.
in the equation as well as the x-intercept.
Right.
Um,
Now, before we move on, I have some questions for you. You said we need to
okay.
find 2 points, right?
Yeah,
All points consist of a what and a what value.
a x and a y value.
Nice. So let's start off with the x-intercept. What do we know about the x-intercept
So if we on the x
axis?
intercept axis, then the y-intercept will always be 0.
Now y-intercept would be 0.
The
Y
y value will always be 0. And if we're on the y-axis, then the x value will always be 0.
fits. Right? So walk me through this line. After we say y is 0, what are we gonna do?
We're gonna find the x-intercept.
Mm-hmm. By saying what?
Um, so,
You know you have it. Like if you could explain it to me, trust me, you will remember it a lot more.
okay, so we're gonna find the x-intercept. We're gonna put the 0 wherever we have y in the equation.
Okay, and you understand why we saying that, right?
Mm,
Not really.
yes, and not really. I
So
just
okay. You see why it's important for for,
yes,
for me to force you to explain it? Because
yes,
like I would say that I understand something, and then I would go on a Zoom call with my girlfriend and try to explain it to her. That's how I just learn. I just learn by explaining to other people. And she wouldn't understand. She'd be like real upfront about it. She could be like, I don't understand. Wait, I don't understand anything. And I'll be like, fine. I try to explain it back. The point is, if you can't explain something to somebody, you don't understand it enough, right? And that's okay. So Ria, you understand
yes,
you need to find 2 points. And all
Yes.
points is made up of an x and a y value.
Yes.
Okay, so if you want to find a point, you need to know what the x value is and you need to know what the y value is. So you say we want to start off with the x-intercept, right? We want to start off at the x-intercept, yeah?
Yeah.
So the x-intercept, wouldn't it have an x and a y value?
Yeah.
Do we know what either of the value would be?
Yeah.
If you had the x-intercept, or we know the y value is.
We know the y value will be 0.
Nice. So if you know y is equal to 0, where could you put that y is equal to 0?
Anyway, we see y.
So we're going to put it into the equation of the line. Yeah?
Yeah.
So the reason why you're doing it is because we're trying to figure out what x would be when y is equal to 0. So we need to take y. So we know y is equal to 0. So anyway you see y, instead of writing y, you can write 0 because they're equal. And in doing this, we could find for now, so Maria, we could find for now.
The x value, the x-intercept.
Right, we could find for the x value. So tell me, first things first, why are we saying y is equal to 0 at the x-intercept? Why are we doing that?
I don't know.
Okay, what does x-intercept mean?
When you're cutting through the x-axis,
Right. So if you're cutting through the x-axis, then at that point, where are you on? You are on the
x-axis.
right. If you're on the x-axis, what does that say about your movements? Like if you're on the x-axis, can you move up or down?
No, we just going left and right.
Right? And if we're looking at the x and the y value, the x value will tell you to move in what directions?
Left and right.
Right, left or right? And the y value will tell you to move in what directions?
Up or down.
So if you're on the x-axis, what is the only way you can move?
Left or right.
Right. So your y value would be 0 because you're not moving up or down. Understand?
Yeah.
You're sure?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the first thing. We say y is equal to 0. What are we going to do with that? And why are we doing that? So tell me, what's the next step? After we say y is 0,
When y is 0, we put it in the equation and so you want me to explain the equation too, like how we solving the x.
no, just be general about it. I just want to make sure you know the concept.
Okay. So we solve for x using 0.
Right. I'm really happy that I said that because could we solve for x in this state?
No.
We need to put y is equal to 0 to solve for x, right?
Yeah.
So great. Happy about that. So
So we solving for x using 0, and then we'll find the final coordinate of the x-intercept, which will be wherever we get, which is -1/2, comma 0, because the x value always comes before the y value.
right. And if you're talking about the x-intercept, that means you're on the x-axis itself. And the
Yes.
value will be 0. Right?
Yes.
This one
And
now.
after we will go on to the y-intercept. We'll see if the equation already gave us the y-intercept. If not, then we'll have to solve for it to find it.
Right? But in this
But
case,
in most cases, we just already have it.
and how can we read it off? Tell me what we just compare it to. We just compare it to what? Y is equal to what?
Um.
What's the equation of a line?
Oh yeah, y is equals to mx plus c.
Right.
Right.
So if you could see it directly, that c is 4/5.
Yes.
And what does c stand for again? The y what?
The y-intercept.
Right. So
Right.
so just by
So
reading that, we can figure out where the graph cuts in the
y-intercept.
y-axis.
Y-axis. Right.
Yeah.
Yes. So when we find that, we just make the coordinate, because if we on the y-axis, then the x value will always be 0.
Perfect. Yes.
So the y-intercept will be 0, comma 4 over 5.
Yay. Quick,
Yay!
right? I'm sure you're gonna have a harder time forgetting it now. Right?
Probably, yeah.
Nice. So that was it for graphs, right? Sketching graphs. Now we're actually gonna use graphs to come up with the equation of a line. Yay. So let's do that. Right. So here what? Since you all have a much better understanding, I I suspect that you're gonna be able to do the homework. That's what I suspect, right? So Ria, if you didn't do the homework, what I needed to do, I needed to do question.
So,
Yeah,
so I did some.
it's some.
Yes. I
O-
I attempted.
Okay. Do I have, could I get proof of the attempt?
It's a very sad attempt, but it's there.
A sad attempt is better than no attempt, but I need to see the proof. I need to see proof of the attempt. Serena, wait, that's Serena. I see your son, may you working. Nice. Everything is correct. I just didn't see any sketches though. I didn't see a sketch.
So I didn't sketch either.
What? What? I'm gonna make lose my hair here, boy. All you no guys, all you have to the whole point of the exercise was to be able to sketch a graph. Right? So you find your 2 points and you sketch it. Yeah. And Serena, I see your son with some, what was that, English? I was a little confused there.
What?
In your Serena,
Yeah.
on WhatsApp you sent me something that says managing director, a private limited company. I think it's on my
Ew.
business. It's on my business.
I apologize.
I was so confused. I was like, why am I not understanding any of this? Yeah, that's all right. But great job, right? Great job, Serena.
Thank you.
You just didn't sketch your graphs.
Yeah, I'll do it and send it to you.
Nice. All right. So all your homework is literally to do the other questions. So those would be question 4, 7, 8, and 9. 4 questions. I think we could do it. There's plenty of examples. We should be fine. Andrea, we should be fine.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we should be really fine. All right, so moving on to the next thing. Right? Finding the equation of a line given, right? Okay, right? So let me just stop sharing and I'm going to come up with a random graph. And I want you all, I could do a question with you, all right? I don't expect you to just know what to do, right? But after the first example, I'll give you all a question. Actually, here what? I want you all to come up with questions and send it to me privately. So I'm gonna give you an example, right? So Ria, this is an example. It could be like
Yeah.
sketch the line y is equal to 5x plus 4. Yeah. So you just all you're doing, you're just replacing m and c with some value, right? The whole point is you'll be given a graph, and from the graph, you need to find the equation of the line. So I'll send my equations of lines. So Ria, you get my equation of a line. Come up with something.
So like now or in your chat?
No.
Okay. Y equals the 6x minus 5/8.
You can make people shoot you, you know. 5 over.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, yeah. We go keep fractions in later examples, right? I don't want to
Okay.
startle anybody.
Okay, yeah, next one. Um,
Okay, no, no, no. I just instead of writing 5/8, I just put -5.
okay, yeah, that'll work.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Give me a moment, guys. Okay, no, I have questions already. I have questions. But Ria, it would be really cool if you told me if you told me a equation, I graphed it and we get back, right? It would be cool.
It would be.
Okay, well, let me just use the one to give me. So write this down in the book. 6x minus 5. Y is equal to 6x minus 5. Write that down.
Okay, done.
Okay, cool. Okay, nice. Okay, I think this should work. All right, so Ria, what was the equation I made you copy down?
Y equals 6x minus 5.
Okay, cool. Nice. So this is the example. So before we move on, let's just put down the main two things you need to find the equation of a line. So before we start, what is the equation of a line? Somebody tell me. Perseus, you want to tell me what the equation of a line is? Can I hear in Perseus? Could somebody tell me what the equation of a line is? Chelsea, could you tell me the equation of a line? Getting blank, left, right, and center. It hurts, it hurts. Wait, boy. Um, Sheena, could you tell me the equation of a line?
Yes, so y equals mx plus c.
Right. Could you tell me what M and C represents?
C is the y-intercept and m is the gradient.
Right, while we add this, could you tell me what the formula for gradient is?
Changing y over changing x. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1.
Right. So y2 minus y1 all over x2 minus x1. Nice. And what does C stand for? Just remind me again. C stands for the y.
Y-intercept.
Nice. Right, so when we are trying to find the equation of a line given a graph, the two things that we need to find for, you need to find for the gradient, you need to find for the gradient, and you need to find the y-intercept. Now, tell me, Sheena, which one of these would be very easy to find? Like straight away.
The y-intercept.
Yeah, the y-intercept is very easy to find for. That's just where the graph cuts the.
Y-axis.
Yep. Right, so let's do this example. Right. So Ria, if we want to find the equation of a line, just remind me, what are the two main things I need to find for? Two main things.
X and Y.
No.
Huh? Or the gradient and the intercept. The y-intercept.
Yes. So these are the two things you need to find for, right? So 1 and 2. You find these two, right? And when you find those two, you're going to put it back in this form, right? So Ria, let's just say we found the gradient to be 7. You would put 7 here. So you say y is equal to 7x. Let's just say you find c to be 4, right? And that's simple. That's literally it, right? So you need to find what m is, and you need to find what c is, and then just plug it back into the form. All right, so that's it. Yeah. So Ria, to find the gradient, so do you think I should do the question as a whole, or should I split it up into parts? Or will be easier for you to understand?
Could split it into parts.
Sure, not a problem. Okay. So the very first question, find the gradient. Second question would be find the y-intercept. And question 3, right? So this is as much parts I can split it up into. Right. So Ria, when you want to find the gradient, how much points do you need to find the gradient? How much points do you need?
2.
Right. Vanessa, do you remember that? If you want to find the gradient, you need 2 points.
Yeah.
Right? Now, could I just pick any 2 points, or must the 2 points be on the line?
Um, I need to.
Nah. Think about it. What will be the point then? If I pick a point here and I pick a point here, do I have anything to do with this line?
Nah.
Nah. So I'm gonna be specific here. 2 points on the line. It must be on the line. If not, then you're not finding the equation for this. You're finding the equation as something else. So I would like you all, if possible, to read off 2 points from this graph here. Read off 2 points. So any 2 points would work once it's on the line. Once it's on the line, it will work. If possible, try to read off exact points.
So 6 and I don't know, a half.
Okay, 6.5. Okay,
Yeah.
first of all, remember, we always start off with x first, then y. So when you tell
Oh,
me 6,
sorry.
I thinking
A
6.
half and 6.
Okay, a half and 6 would be, wait, a half and 6 would be over here.
So I'm not really seeing the numbers properly. Oh, okay.
So you told me a half and 6. First of all, is that on the line?
No.
Nah, so we can't use that. It must be on the line because we're trying to find the equation of the line, right?
But I thought it was, well, the 6. Oh, well, negative 6. See, I'm not seeing the line. Oh my god.
But even self, and we should know that these are positive values.
Yes, and that's why I stopped on my tracks because I should know that down is negative. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, but even if I say negative, it will be over here. It still wouldn't be on the line. So pause, reconsider, and tell me.
Oh, okay. I said it because it was touching the line. Oh my god. Okay.
So anybody could answer. Anyone can answer, right? Serena, Shina, Chelsea, Vanessa, Proseas, Etiosa, Jerry. Anybody could answer. Any of y'all could answer.
1.5 and 4.
Say that again, Serena. You sound very quiet.
1.5 comma 4.
Yes, that is correct. 1.5, comma 4. Mm-hmm. Right? Right. 1.5, comma 4. So Ria, you see how that was on the line? So like 1.5, then 4. You see how we reached the line? You see how it on the line? You had to tell 1 point like that.
Yes, sir, I see it.
So give me another point. I want a point from you. See if you find any points that would be perfect.
2.510.
All right. 2.510. You would be correct. You would be correct. Big up you. Right, so I get a point from you. Nice. 2.5, comma 10. Now, truth be told, this is all I need there. I can find a gradient with these 2 points. Right? But I want to hear more of you all. Right? So, Vanessa, you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Vanessa, I want you to look at the graph and see if you could figure out a point, a nice point.
0.5 negative 2.
Check all you know, big up all yourself. Yes. Right. 0.5. And there's one more other nice point. One more nice point.
Minus 0.5 and minus 6.
Yep. So which 2 points are I want to choose?
What is the question?
First two. Um, By first two, you're talking about, talking about this on this?
Yes.
All right. So let me use this point. But does it matter which points I use?
No, sir.
Once it's on the line, right? Once it's on the line.
Mhm.
Okay. So Shayna, do you want to call this point one? Or you want to call this point two? It doesn't matter which one I call point one and point two. But pick one.
You can call the first 1.2 and the second 1.1.
Right. All right. So Shayna, if I'm calling this point one, that would make 2.5 x what?
X1,
And that would make 10 what?
Y1,
That would make 1.5 what?
X2,
And 4?
Y2.
Right. So let's find the gradient. So the gradient is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, right? So again, it's y2 minus, you need to remember this formula, y2 minus y1 all over x2 minus x1. All right. So tell me, Sheena, what is y2,
4,
right? Minus what was y1?
10,
Right? What is x2?
X2 is 1.5. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. And what is x1?
X1 is 2.5.
Okay. Right. So when you plug that into your calculator, let me know what you're getting. Perseus, are you still here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Perseus, on a scale to 1 to 10, how confused are you? If you're confused.
No, sir.
Huh?
Not confused as
Not
of right
confused?
now.
Okay,
No.
So the
good.
answer is 6 and 8.
We get for the answer, Sheena,
6.
like exactly 6.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ria, what was the equation I had made you copy down? Or like made you keep in mind?
Y equals 6x minus 5.
Do we already have part of that?
Yes.
Yeah, we already have the gradient of 6. Cool. Um, Now the y-intercept. Do you think the y-intercept is something that we need to find for, or it would be given to us? Like look at the graph. Can you see where the graph is cutting the y-axis? What does it look like? The graph is cutting the y-axis. All right, so Ria, I'm gonna trace along the line and I want you to tell me where to stop, right? We're looking for the y-intercept.
Okay. So you can stop.
Over here?
Yeah.
At this point. Ria, at this point?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I hear it now. You said somewhere over here.
Oh,
At that.
well, no, I did meant like right there. Yeah.
Okay, word. So that looks like is in between -4 and -6. What's in between -4 and -6?
5.
-5, yeah. Yeah,
Oh my god.
right? So if that is the case, right? So I'll just say from the graph, I'll say from the graph, C is equal to minus 5. Then if that is the case, right, Ria, then tell me, what would the final equation be? It would be y is equal to,
Y equals to 6x minus 5.
that's it. That was easy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now you're probably wondering, what would happen if I use two different points? What would have happened if I call this point 1 and I call this point 2? And you're wondering these things?
Yeah.
Okay, nothing would change, and I'll make sure you understand that, right? We need to understand that nothing will change. So I'm going to add in some notes here. So I'll be sending these notes after class, and you could copy it down, right? I will finish in 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Just want to write down some main things here. Right? So Ria, in general, this is something to note. Note. You I should put this in red. I should put this in red, right? It does not matter which 2 points you choose, so long it is. Wait, I think you can finish my sentence. So I'm saying it does not matter which 2 points you choose, so long as it should right there. I should say you choose once it is
On the line.
nice. It needs to be on the line. If it's not on the line, what are you doing? What are you really finding for? Right? Because we're trying to find an equation of a line, so it has to be on the line. If it's not on the line, yeah, if it's not on the line, I'll hear my baby cousin just now. I'll hear him. Ria, you hear any child talking in the background just now?
Yes, sir.
He come to show me he Christmas tree. Because like
Christmas already?
yeah, apparently so.
Well,
Yeah, but then
fair enough.
people are sticking, people are sticking. I don't hear parang music and thing. I don't hear parang music and thing. Right? So this is the first thing you need to know, guys. Vanessa, in case you was wondering, it doesn't matter which 2 points you choose, eh? It wants it on the line. It wants it on the line. And then the other thing you need to know is it does not matter if okay, it does not matter which one you call and another thing you should keep in mind, guys, anytime we're dealing with negative numbers, or do you think we should just write the negative numbers, or do you think we should put brackets to separate them from the rest? What do you all think? Like say I had like 5 minus 6. Am I going to leave it like that? Or should I put brackets by the minus 6? What do you all think? Perseus, what do you think? If I have something like 5 minus 6, do you think I should write 5 minus 6, or do you think I should write 5 minus open bracket minus 6 close bracket?
Mm, I feel that way is more confusing than the way readers usually play it.
No, we always play with brackets. You need to put brackets. Yeah, you need to put brackets. Yeah, if you don't put
Yeah,
brackets,
I'm accustomed with this one.
if you don't put brackets, and you put it into your calculator, you'll get the wrong answer. So you need to put brackets. You must. Right? Brackets is a very important thing. And I'll show you what I mean by that. Like, Finding the equation of a line given the graph is easy marks. I wouldn't want all to lose them marks because you're putting wrong in the calculator because they didn't put a bracket. Right? Please put brackets to enclose negative All right. So Ria, will you forget to put brackets by the negative numbers?
No. Oh, well, we don't want that, so no, I wouldn't forget.
Okay, good. Good. I like to hear that. I like to hear how you're looking out for me. I really don't want to go bald. Right. Um, and you know the TikTok comments, people will be like, "You're funny, please don't go bald." You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I don't want to go bald. All right, so Perseus, please put brackets to enclose negative numbers, or else I will go bald. And I will look like this. I don't want to be sad.
So I don't mind making it a balls.
What? What? I need to remove you from this class one time. Bro, what is Perseus on about? What is nah Perseus,
So
wait.
I just I'll make for the brackets.
All right. I'm gonna give you an example of what I'm talking about. Like if I have something like 5 minus minus 3, I should write this as 5 minus minus 3. Cool. So here what? So Ria, you're cool with this? I mean, it worked perfectly fine, right? It worked great. Like this was very straightforward and easy. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Now I'm saying that if I swap the points, I get the same answer, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Let me see if that's the case. I know some all have trust issues, so I wouldn't want. I want to make sure they could trust me, right? Ria, do you have trust issues?
A little bit, yeah.
Or we know what that? So I'll go into more in detail. So Ria, in the last example, I called 1.54.2 and I called 2.510.1. So what do you think I'm going to do this time around?
Um, 0.5 minus 2,
Wait,
0,
I'll do that just now, right? But I want
oh, you're gonna swap the first two. Okay.
right. So I'm gonna call this point one and I'm gonna call this point two. Question: if I'm calling this point one, will I still call it x2, y2?
No.
What would I call it?
X1, Y1,
And what would I call point two?
X2, Y2.
Great. How would I find the gradient?
M equals to
So let me write the formula first, right? I need all to remember the formula. Y2 minus y1 over
X2 minus Y2.
no.
No, X2 minus X1. Sorry.
Right. If you're having a hard time remembering it, just remember gradient is change in y. So change in y. If you want to find the change, you're gonna minus the final from the initial, right? So change in y over change in x. Cool. So tell me what's a right sentence, Ria. I would say m is equal to what? Where's y2 in this case?
Um, 10,
Right? Where's y1?
4
What is x?
over 2.5 minus 1.5.
Okay, I want you to plug that into the calculator and let me know what you get.
Okay.
Right? Perseus, I want you to plug it into your calculator and send me a screenshot so I can make sure you're doing it correctly.
So I guess 6.9. Would that change to 7 when we round it off?
So that again.
I guess 6.9.
Let me plug it into the calculator and see what I get in. Because you're not supposed to get that. You're supposed to get back 6. Right. So, right. Calculator. Oh, I want to hear like a really bad dad joke.
Chelsea.
Okay. Shina, what does the calculator say after class?
I'm not Chelsea.
Catch you later. That sounds like calculator.
Yes.
Anyways, I'm stop embarrassing myself. Right. So Ria, you said you get 6.9?
Yes.
You have a sharp or a Casio?
Ah, sharp.
If you have a sharp, then you need to separate the numerator from the denominator. So what we're gonna do? I'm gonna put open bracket 10 minus 4 close bracket. So Ria, when I do that, it means that I separate the numerator. So the numerator is that whole thing over there. 10 minus 4, that whole thing is the numerator. Then I'm
Okay.
gonna press divide. I'm gonna open up a pair of brackets. I'm gonna put 2.5 minus 1.5 and I'm gonna close my brackets. Then I'm gonna press equal.
Okay. Okay, I got 6.
So what did you put into your sharp?
Well, I do it like that, but with all the brackets.
Tell you
That is why I
the
get
bracket.
6.5.
What's on? I already lose one strand on here. I already start.
So that don't count because there was no negatives involved.
Okay, but brackets still important. The brackets still important.
I understand.
Waiter.
Oh my god.
Waiter, I have a good one. Um, okay, how much strands is this? That is 6 strands? Okay.
Wow.
Okay. I'm just gonna put something over here. Brackets.
See, make him out to be a criminal. How are you
Brackets.
going to get a job in the real world now?
Are you gonna get a job in the real world?
Yes.
That's true. And you know what you could become? You know who go hire you? You know who go hire you? Um,
So, Tina.
here, lost companies.
Wow.
Yeah, who selling like minoxidil and thing. That is who go hire
Wow.
you. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
All right. Yeah, that's I do. Right. Brackets are important in general. Do you understand that the whole point of the brackets is to separate the numerators from the denominators? Like if you leave out our brackets, the calculator gonna do craziness. Right? So again, we got 6 as the answer, right? You cool with that? Let me know if you're
Yep.
okay with that, right? And for those that like let me show you how simple this is on a Casio what? Brackets. I mean what's in brackets? Fraction button, 10 minus 4. 2.5 minus 1.5 equal. Yeah, you see that? See?
So you should be sponsored by Casio.
I telling you, I don't know what I'm doing.
Because you're well advertising for them.
Them man sticking boy. Them don't know what good for them.
The
Boy,
shop not that bad. It's just lacking a few buttons, but we working it.
okay. Right? So I need to put this for the sharp users here. In sharp calculator, you don't need to be inclusive. Right? You need to put 10 minus 4 in brackets divided by 2.5. Imagine you do the whole, you figure out the points, you substitute the values correctly, but you get it wrong because of the calculator. Yeah, that would be sad. That would be sad. Right? Right. Same gradient. All right. So, Bria, are you okay with the fact that it doesn't matter which point you choose? Like,
Yes, sir.
okay, now let's really pick 2 points that are very different and see what happens. So I want you to randomize this thing. I want you to pick any 2 points. Any points you're feeling like.
So me?
Yeah, any points you want. Any points. Yourself up.
Okay. 1.5, comma 4 and 0.5 minus 8.
You mean negative 0.5, negative 8.
Oh, I didn't see negative. Yeah.
I had to be like you. I had to be like avoiding negativity like that. I'll just leave out some
Oh
negatives.
my god.
Right? So which one you want to call point one and which one you want to call point two? Again, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
We'll call the negatives underneath point 1
Okay. Point one.
and yeah.
If we're calling this point one, then what are we going to write on top?
So I'll just forget this part. Oh god. X1,
Yeah.
Y1.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I think you should have it on lock because you told me it's a lot today. All points are made up of a what and a odd value. Remind me.
X and a Y.
And if we call on this point one, and you see, it makes sense. X1, Y1.
Yeah.
Right? So you're gonna remember it. And what would I call this point?
X2, Y2.
Great. Right? Remind me, where's the equation of a saying? I'm tired, you know, I'm real tired. Right now is midterm, so me and you, and I just stressing. Yeah. All right. So if I saying a couple of wrong things, excuse me. I'm going through it. Right now, I'm looking like this. This is me right now. I'm feeling like this.
But that part is not because of me.
That is not because of you. But this one strand I hear I lost. I lose because of you. One strand.
I humbly apologize.
Okay. So remind me, what is the gradient formula?
Um,
Remember, is it
X.
change in y? No, is it change in
Oh
y
yes.
over the
So
change in x?
Y1
No.
minus.
Wait, okay, Rita. Wait, if I ask you to find the change. If I ask you how much you change, wouldn't you compare who you are now to who you was in the past?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, I guess so, like it makes sense. Like if I ask you how much you changed, wouldn't you compare like in your head, wouldn't you be like, yeah, I changed a lot from when I was younger to now? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when we're talking about change, we're talking about the final minus the initial. What do you think I'll consider the final point here? Point one or point two?
Point 2.
Right. So the final point minus the initial point. Y1.
Okay.
That's change there. That's change. Like, what was the difference between Y2 and Y1? Like, what we really want to find, like what we really want to find for like graphically, we want to find this change over here. That's what we really want to find. I'll show you how it makes sense just now. Right? So Y2 minus Y1 all over what?
X2 minus X2 minus X1.
Right, because it's change in X. Yeah?
Yeah.
So what we want to find is the difference from -8 to 4. That would be the change in Y. And the change in X would be the change from minus 0.5 to 1.5. That would be the change in X. That's what we're finding for. You'll see how it works out just now. So what is Y2 in this case? What's Y2?
4,
Where's y1?
-8 in brackets.
Perseus. You see that? That -8 have to be in brackets. All over what?
1.5 -0.5
Way back going ball today for sure.
in brackets. I was just making sure I need my brackets.
Okay.
So I get instructions.
You get instructions?
Yeah.
What instructions?
Well, I was told by an anonymous person I need to make it one more.
Wait! Perseus. I will remove you from my class, you know. I don't know what you're
That's not anonymous. Why again? We're in trouble.
No, it's no, she literally posted on the public chat. Everybody can wait. Perseus. Perseus, you're not good at wishing people bad, you know. You don't go in public and say that they're gonna know who it's coming from. I respect that though. You're saying it in front of me. I respect that. All right. So Ria, let's see what's going on here, right? So we have 4 minus 8. Where's minus by a minus?
Plus.
Right? So 4 plus 8, right? Then we have 1.5 minus 0.5. What are we going to turn to?
Plus.
All right. So where's 4 plus 8?
12.
Where's 1.5 plus 0.5? You don't need a calculator for that. Where's 1.5 plus 0.5? Where's
Oh.
1.5? Where's 1.5 plus a half? Aria?
2.
Yeah, 2. Where's 12 over 2?
6.
And as you same answer we get when we use the other 2 points.
Yes.
So I hope the point is clear. You know, like guys, you can choose any point you want. You can call any 1.1, 1.2, you'll get the same grade. Right? Now, this is the last thing we're doing today. And then we're gonna wrap up. But I had to teach you form 5s in 6 minutes. I guess that's not really much of a break, right? So Ria, remember when I told you the gradient is just a change in y, just a change in y over the what? It was a change in y over the change in
X.
great. Change in y over change in x. Let's try to understand what we mean by that. So we are looking at this point to this point, and
Yeah.
okay, great. So this has a y value of 4, and this has a y value of -8, and
Yeah.
okay. What's the difference between 4 and -8? Let me count, right? So -8 to -6, right? That's 2. -8 to what's it? So -8 to -6, that's 2, and
Yeah.
6 to -4, that's also 2, right?
Yeah.
What's -4 to -2?
Also 2.
What is -2 to 0?
2.
2. What is 0 to 2?
2.
What is 2 to 4?
2.
So can you tell me what the change from -8 to 4 is?
2.
How much should we move?
Sorry.
So 6 sets of 2s. How much is that?
Um.
So 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2.
Oh, plus. Okay. 12.
Well, so I hope you could literally see what I'm talking about. The
Yeah.
change from -8 to
Multiplying.
4 is literally 12 blocks. It's 12 blocks. And we got 12.
Yeah.
And if we do it for if we do it for x, what's gonna happen, right? So the x value for this point is what? Where's the x value for this point? For this point over here, where's the x value?
0.5
Minus 0.5. And where's the x
and
value here?
1.5.
Okay. So essentially what we're doing is we're trying to find the change from minus 0.5 to 1.5. So let me count. Minus 0.5 to 0 is what?
0.5.
No, we're just considering distance here, just distance. 0.5, right? So you go from
Yeah.
0 to 0.5 is what?
0.5.
So go from 0.5 to 1 is?
0.5.
To go from 1 to 1.5.
0.5.
So what was the change then? It was 4 sets of 0.5. So 0.5 plus 0.5 is 1, and then the other 0.5 plus 0.5 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. Yeah?
Yeah.
So the change from here to here is actually what?
2.
And the change from here to here is actually what?
12.
Right. So you see what I mean? Change in y over change in x. So the change in y was 12. The change in x was 2. That's what we do in here mathematically.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Understand.
So it doesn't matter how you find a gradient. Once you pick things on the line, it needs to be on the line. If it's not on the line, put the fries in the bag. No, what I'm saying, put the fries in the bag. Right? If it's not on the line, what you doing? Yeah. You're going to make me even more bold and precise. That's not a good thing. We don't want to make so bold. Right? Why would you want that? You
I
want me
think
to
you're looking nice.
No. My father bald and he don't look good at all. He don't look good at
So
you
you
know.
can't say them things. Be nice towards your father.
Okay.
Yes,
He
I
doesn't he
agree.
doesn't look.
Well,
Yeah.
we want to make you even more bold when you say those things.
No, my dad does
Yes,
look
so
good
that is
with
the
some
trick to
hair
make
on the
love.
head. No, my dad does look good with hair on the head. Right? Completely bald is no. Like all you had to be honest. All you can't lie to people.
Oh,
Yeah, but that's your
true.
dad.
I know it's my dad, but still, I just be honest with him. I'll tell him when he look bad and when he look good. You can't lie to
So
people.
it might look good on you. You never know. Maybe you should try
Yeah.
anything.
I was send all that picture of when I was
I have to
in a
agree with
baby.
I have to agree with you, I think.
So I think Priscilla is supposed to make you bold.
I think so. I think so. I think for sure. For sure. I'm not safe. I'm not safe. I'm not safe. I'm really not safe. But I don't want to think as a mean person, I just tell my dad straight up, the honest truth. You know? Honest truth. Like my dad real old. Like he's 67 and like he's still out
Oh,
here.
you're making it worse.
No, but he's 67, but he's like real young, like 40, right? And he still have hair on his head. So why would he want to remove the hair on his head? Why would you if you're 67, right, and you still have hair on your head as a guy, that's like a big deal. Why would you want to shave the hair on your head? You understand? Hair is a sign of youth. Yeah.
No, so what I think was also trying to say is wish like young balding on you so that you lose your hair.
What's it again?
No, not you want that too, right?
I confused. Say that again.
No, I just saying what Percy also trying to say is maybe you'll lose hair but younger. Not that we want that for you.
I don't want that. Well, they should do some like prayers so that wouldn't happen. Or at least not stress me. Like, well, they should see how much oils and thing I have. I have real oils. So hopefully prevent that.
So don't worry, I just joking. I just wanted to know you didn't drink class today, that is all.
Oh, okay, okay. You do a good job at it. I joking. Next thing people take offense on thing. It's just jokes, eh? I was
No, I don't take offense to nothing. I don't just laugh it off.
okay, cool. Well, I was sent a picture when I was bald. I don't know, people tell me what all I think. But personally, hair is better. I prefer the hair. Okay, so that is it for the form for class. So the homework, all your homework is to complete questions 4, 7, 8, 9, and 10, right? Do the graph for that. And I'm going to send another question. One question. Right? I want you all to find the equation for this line. I already give all the points and thing. Like, I could not make all the life easier. I really couldn't have. Like, this real simple. I know all they have it. I know all there's some scholars here. Entry until there's like scholars and Perseus. And Shina until there's scholars.
Yeah, we great.
That's great.
Something like that. Something like that.
Shina, you literally goated like your intelligence up there. You know, like you like real smart. I don't know what you being so for.
I think she passed all her way in this class, to be honest.
Yeah, Shina, they just be in class doing side quests at this point.
I feel like I'm Mama Karen, but thank you.
No, no, we're not mama guy and you're being serious. Yeah, right. Right, so this is a question. Right, so find the equation of this line. Please. Right. Right, so that's the question there. Right, so Perseus, I have something for you. Wait, Perseus. I'm gonna draw something. This is specifically for you. Let me just see if I remember it. Okay. Right, so Perseus, this is for you. Wait. Yeah, Perseus, this is for you. I try something.
So when you read, I just saw a smiley face next to it.
Well, Lord have mercy. Right, so this is Perseus with a name like yours. I really thought you'd have prayed for me and all, because like Perseus, but pray.
That's it. Okay, that's pre for sure. Pre is fine.
Okay, I'll just put pray. Right. What do you think about the drawing by chance? I'm curious. What do you think about it? Some of my best,
Yeah,
some of my
you
best,
have
some of my
like
best. What do you say, Vanessa?
Make a sticker into
a
it.
sticker.
Make it into a sticker.
I
Okay,
have a
I will,
sticker.
I will
You
do
can
that.
send.
I will do that. Yes.
Send it on the group so we could thief it and stuff.
Wait,
Yeah,
let me.
you stress yourself. I have a sticker.
No, no, I go send this one. There's a custom one. There's a custom one. You know?
Okay. So you kill me with laughter.
That's really good. That's really good. That's great. You know they say laughter is the best cure. Yeah. And then maths up there. Maths is a really good cure. Yeah. Maths is make me grow here. Yeah.
So it's the opposite for me.
That's because you're not doing enough. Do more and you go see like maths real simple, you know. Like it really is. Like honestly. You're realizing that, right? Like what about this? Like tell Maria.
Yeah, I guess so. I just really just don't like the subject in general. I don't know.
But like since you start classes, like your outlook on it change a bit, or like you still real hate it.
A little bit, maybe because of your teaching skills. I don't know.
Teaching skills. No, you mama guy and me. No, you
So
mama.
I have to agree with her on that. To be
Yeah,
honest,
really.
I have to agree.
Because when I was in school, whenever the math teacher come and start to teach, I used to be falling asleep, and we didn't even complete the whole syllabus.
I have to agree, especially with COVID.
Yes,
I
it just messed me up so bad.
It did, it did. I really young, like I really not that old. I had to do classes during COVID time and a whole class. When them teachers had their camera around, I was just making stickers out of it. That's what I was doing whole class. Going on Snapchat, pulling up filters and yeah.
He was a COVID delinquent.
I was a COVID delinquent. I guess you could say that. I was
Wow.
in about 6 times. Yeah.
Ah,
The stickers I have, eh?
so I won't lie, I would fall asleep for the only for literature class, but only English class and IT class you would see me awake. That is the only two classes.
On my class, right?
Well, yeah, only your class.
Okay, okay. Real mama guy today, real mama guy passed and after I try to make my bold. All I had to take a screenshot of this and post it up on this. This is too funny. This is too funny.
I think the preacher.
Wait, let me take a picture. Let me take a picture. Yeah.
my status community will be hearing about this. Mm-hmm.
Uh, nice. All right. So it's 7 to the 8. I suppose like the 4 and 5s here. The 4 and 5s here. I see Simran. I see Sky. I see Joshua. I see Mira. Well, Priscilla, and Ria, you are doing 4 and 5 now. Serena and Shane are still here. I could chill if all they want. I'm gonna do vectors. Um, both all they like real smart. Serena and Shane are like real smart. They like real smart. All they do vectors is yet? Serena and Shane, all they do vectors yet?
I don't think so.
Shane, is get lost easy.
No.
You good at
But
direction?
I have like 2 labs to do, so I don't
Oh,
know if I could say.
yeah, yeah. Go to your labs. Go to your labs. What kind of labs? What kind of labs have?
Physics, and I have one physics to write up and 2 bio that due tomorrow.
Okay, no problem. Good luck.
Yes. Thank you so
No problem. Right, and Serena, did you do vectors yet?
I don't think so.
Okay. Serena, do you get lost easily?
It depends.
Now you're real smart. I doubt you just get lost. Yeah, yeah, but do vectors in your life?
And I think I did in physics back in Form 3.
Okay, but like 9 months.
No,
Well, I suppose you could stick around for like 10 minutes and see what we're doing. I feel like you might like it. As like if you're not doing anything, do you have to do anything after class? Like you have labs?
no, I just had to study for a test, but I good. I'll stay forward.
What test is it? Don't feel like peer pressure or like
No,
forced to stay.
no, it's
Okay.
just IT.
Okay, it's IT. All right. Well, here what? Let me go. Form people who do in Form 5. I want to let us spam the group chats. Like I want to let to quarrel with the people that are not here. Yeah, or there's like my little minions. I want to let to um exercise my disappointment. Yeah, go in the chat and express my disappointment. So Ria, go express my disappointment on the chat.
I will be exaggerating.
Sure, I love that. Exaggerate. Say like it's only have -1 people in class. No, no, no. You see how you put -0? You really want to make me cry. Area, what is -0? What is that? What? This kid already said -0, boy. Yeah. Now it's -2. That's too funny, yes. Because like the thing is, I like to think I just teach good and I just try my best. I don't know why people not in class. It's just sad. Just sad. Guys, am I doing anything wrong? Perseus. Okay, I see Sky on mute. Them just lackadaisical. All right. So here what? I gave people enough time. We could jump straight into it. Right? All right. So let me just stop this recording.